Same thing here, you want a straight line. Almost think of your body as a board. We don't want to see this or to see the back caving in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that's an amazing core movement. As we age, we lose core strength. As we age, we lose leg strength and upper body strength. So all these movements are just kind of staples to help you maintain overall strength so that as you age, you can continue doing simple things. Getting up off the couch, sitting on a toilet, getting out of bed. It's all things that we take for granted that may not be as easy if we allow our muscles to, waste away, right? So our next movement, this is going to combine coordination, balance, as well as core strength. It's called a bird dog. We're going to start off on our hands and knees, and we're going to take the opposite arm, opposite leg, and bring it out, extend it to the opposite wall, and we want to be parallel with the ground, keeping the core tight. We're not collapsing. Everything is nice and tight. We're going to return back to the starting position and extend the other opposite arm, opposite leg. And again, we're reaching for the wall. We're not just raising up, we're reaching out. Return back down. A modification for this, if the balance isn't quite there to bring up opposite arm and leg, would be to just raise the arm and bring it back down, raise the opposite arm, bring it back down, one leg up, bring it back down, the other leg up, and bring it back down. And you'll notice with all of the movements, I really encourage you to maintain control throughout the range of motion. Don't just try to bang out a ton of reps and get them over with. Control the movement, have a body awareness, and what that will do for you, along with making the workout usually more challenging, is it's going to help you connect with body parts that don't quite feel right. So if you're suffering from a shoulder, something nagging in your shoulder, you're much more injury prone if you're just trying to fly through movements. Whereas if you slow it down, you really control the movement and you're present and aware in your body, it's going to help you know when to advocate and say, hold on, wait, maybe I shouldn't do more push-ups. Hold on, wait, maybe I shouldn't do more squats. My knee is bothering me in this way. I need to modify. Do you guys, does that make sense?
Yes, and isn't it really important to focus on the balancing movements as we age?
Huge. So important on the balancing movements. That's why this bird dog, again, it takes coordination and balance, really figuring out the proprioceptive, how to use your muscles when you're lifting up opposite arm, opposite leg. So I'd like to hear how each of you do when you try that out. So now we have a booty movement. We're going to do a single leg hamstring bridge or a single leg glute bridge. So you're going to just roll over onto your back. We want to bring the feet up close, as close as you can to the bottom. And we're going to raise one leg. Now you could do a full extension if you have that flexibility, or just bringing your leg up off of the ground. In your leg that's supporting you, you're going to drive through the heels and raise the glutes up and squeeze at the top. This is a single leg movement. Again, we're lifting up. If you can extend the leg straight up, great. Squeezing at the top, lowering back down slowly. I'm going to demonstrate the other leg. Again, if you can't fully extend, that's okay. You could modify and just bend the knee. Our hands are supporting us here. Our back is just resting in neutral. And we're going to press through our heel, squeezing the glute up and back down. If you can, extend the leg up and back down. The modification, if that doesn't, you might watch this and think, oh, that's no problem, I can do that. But then when you get down here, it just doesn't feel right. Maybe you don't have the muscle, the strength, or the gluteus medius strength to really keep you balanced there. Start off with a glute bridge with both legs on the floor. Bring the heels nice and close to the bottom and just drive up through the heels, lifting the glutes up, and squeeze the tush at the top, and then come back down, barely touch the ground, and then come back up again. Barely touch the ground and come back up again. And the purpose for barely touching the ground is we're keeping the tension on the muscle. If we come back down and fully release, we're releasing tension, and there's a time and place for that. But for you, for optimizing your time and really maximizing this exercise, we're gonna barely touch the ground and come back up. Barely touch the ground, come back up. Sound good?
Yes. And I remember, Kat, I remember reading, because I'm a big runner, how important it is to strengthen our butts because it prevents hip and knee injuries. A lot. We don't think about that.
Huge, because what we don't, at runners actually, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but usually have weak gluteus mediuses,
yes,
which cause internal rotation of the pelvis. The knees come in because of the weak gluteus medius, and it causes this whole ripple effect on the lower body, where we want to tuck the pelvis down, but we do that by developing the muscle of the gluteus medius. It helps to correct the pelvis tilt, and then you have better alignment with the legs as well, and with the whole upper body. You're more upright.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. Next, we're going to stay on the ground and do a kneeling push-up. I welcome you to do a full push-up, but I really think about this. I weigh 180 pounds. If I'm doing a full push-up, I'm basically pushing up 180 pounds. That's a lot of weight. So if you weigh 100 pounds and you have not done a push-up or any kind of chest movements in a while, that's still 100 pounds you're trying to press, period. So I always recommend that if you are at the gym, even if you are capable of doing full push-ups, warm up with a modification. Warm up on your knees, doing a kneeling push-up. Get that muscle prepared for you to exercise it. Don't just jump right in, because that's where we see pec tears, shoulder issues, is when people think, oh, it's just a push-up. No, you're pressing your body weight up. That's a lot of weight. Always warm up into the movement, progress into it. So we're going to put our hands slightly wider than shoulder distance apart. We want to tuck the elbows in, not flared out. Again, there's a time and a place for different variations. For now, we're going to protect the shoulder, tucking the elbows in. We want our body in a nice straight line, and we're going to lower ourselves down, keeping the elbows tucked till our chest touches, and then press back up. A full push-up, we'd extend the legs, come down, and press up. Again, at any time, we could drop to our knees. And another modification would be not to go down so low. It'd be come down and press up. That's 100% fine as well. Leave your ego somewhere else. Leave it somewhere else. Every day, even now I'm 30, I feel like every day I'm trying to find a new standard for myself. With a knee injury, I'm having to define what the new normal is for my leg workouts. I have a little shoulder thing, and I have to now redefine what my new normal is for myself. We have to leave our ego behind us as we get older. When we're in our 20s, sure, let's ego lift. We can afford it then. Really, we shouldn't. But now, leave your ego at the door. Modify into things. I was just in a CrossFit class 2 days ago, and I was doing kneeling push-ups. I had no shame. No shame. That's what we should do, just to maintain our bodies. Okay.
I said, so you don't hurt yourself.
Exactly. It's so important, because an injury can set you back so far, right? It's not worth it. So I have one more modification for a push-up. If that kneeling push-up is still too difficult, that's okay. You can use a countertop, like in your kitchen, just make sure it's sturdy. And you can do an incline press right here on your countertop.
I did that when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And after the C-section. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can also use, if you really needed to modify, you could do a wall press. Just bring your feet out a little ways. Put your hands on the wall, and you can press against the wall like this. So there's a wide variety of modifications that can be made to fit your personal fitness level.
Awesome.
The last movement is a cross behind lunge with an air punch. Jess, have you ever done a curtsy lunge?
Have I? I go to her son's gym. I'm like, have we done that?
What?
I think
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate a curtsy lunge, and then I'm going to show the progressions of how to get into it. So a curtsy lunge is a reverse lunge, but we're taking. I'm looking at my dad. Well, they're going to see me step behind. So you're going to lunge backwards, but bring the foot behind you.
Okay.
So step behind lunge.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't recommend just jumping right into that. There's also an arm punch to go along with it. So we're going to step behind, come up, punch, punch. And you can use dumbbells. Step behind, keep the arms and elbows tucked, punch, punch.
Mm.
And again, it's just adding, it's a supplement to the movement to add an additional cardiovascular component to it, as well as balance. And you're having to have body awareness.
Okay.
But what we want to do first is work into that step behind lunge. So let's start with just a simple reverse lunge, an alternating reverse lunge. Step back into a lunge, step forward. And once you're here, then you could add the punch, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
Then try a curtsy lunge or a step behind lunge.
Okay.
What you may find is the balance is an issue. So if you're at home, you can grab a chair and you can at least use the chair or a wall to give you a little bit more security that your balance is going to be, you're not going to fall over.
Okay.
Right? What do you guys think? Are you excited about doing a home workout?
Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah, so it's 6 movements.
Okay.
What I would recommend is go through them one time, just practicing them, trying them out, saying like what feels good, what doesn't, what level of, what advancement level feels right for me. Full push-ups, kneeling push-ups, just a simple, a reverse lunge, holding on to something. Figure out what's going to work for you, and then go through it as a workout. Okay.
Kat, could you send me short videos of each one of those separately?
Yeah.
Because that would be helpful. Then you could just click on that video real quick instead of watching it all through. Would you mind doing that?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Our chat. Awesome. Thank you, Kat. And did you wear pink pants for me?
I did. Hashtag pink fix.
Yeah. One night, Kat called me up. Where do you buy your pink clothes? She was and the woman taking pictures tonight, she wore a pink sweater for me. So
you branded yourself very well, Jess.
Thank you so much, Kat.
Was this helpful for everyone?
Yes. I was thinking. Yes.
Okay, cool. My real intention and goal with this was to make exercising at home feel more attainable. It doesn't have to be boring, and it doesn't have to take forever. You don't have to do like an hour-long grueling workout. One round through this, 10 reps each exercise will take you less than 3 minutes. Maybe a minute and a half.
Just starting out on that, start with like 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes.
Again, I would go through it first, practicing each movement, figuring out what advancement level you'd be at. Once you know, then try to do a trial run. Do 10 reps of each movement.
Okay.
Once you go through once, you'll get a pretty good gauge, like, oh my gosh, my lungs are burning. I need a 2 or 3 minute recovery. And then maybe try it a second time. Now, if you get through it and you're not breathing hard at all, you had no muscle fatigue, no burning, no pain, it was very easy, that's a good indicator too. You should probably go through it a 3rd or maybe a 4th time, just to make sure you get a good workout and you're pushing yourself.
Okay. Awesome, Kat. So they all now have on the members bonus the link to schedule, because you would do a free 15-minute call with them, right?
Yeah, definitely. If they're interested in how to take their fitness and health to the next level, definitely get on the phone with me, schedule a call with me. I'd love to talk with you and how you can move on into the next step of your fitness and your life.
Awesome. Because you helped your mom, she was what, 62 when she started?
She was 59. She's
59
64 now.
and I mean, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. So if anybody wants to borrow this book, or we can get this book out to anybody too. So thank you, Kat. We appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thank you so much, and
Thank you, Kat.
have fun.
Thanks, and thank your dad for us.
Bye.
All right. Bye, Kat.
Bye.